Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and in this video we will be talking about the ice room of the TryHackMe's site. This is a Windows machine and this one implements the Icecast exploit. So before deploying the machine, please make sure that you are connected to the machine through OpenVPN. At the top it will appear in green showing that you are connected. So now that we are connected, we will deploy the machine and it will take a minute to load. So IP of this machine has been generated, and we will copy this IP and do a nmap scan on this machine. To do this scan, we will use the command nmap -a -t4 -pn and then the IP of the machine. Okay, so the nmap scan has arrived, and here we can see that there are certain services running on this PC. Look, on the service 3389, notice that there is an Icecast streaming media server running. The Icecast streaming media server is the one that we were looking for. So now we would check for the Icecast exploit in Google. Google is a very useful tool, you should remember. So the one we want to look at is either the CVE1 Triple site or the Rapid7 site. We would use the Rapid7 site because this is the company that makes Metasploit, and the exploit in this one could be found in Metasploit. So now we should launch Metasploit using MSF console. It will take a while to load, and it is always a good practice to read the description of the exploit in the site given. And so now our Metasploit has loaded, and now we could search for the Icecast exploit. Now we could use the Icecast exploit with the use Icecast command, and now we need to set some options in this one. And to do this, we need to first check which options we need to set. To do this, use the show options command. Now we need to set the R host and our L host. R host is our target and L host is our own. So we need to set our L host to our tunnel 0 IP. So the L host would be our tunnel 0 IP address, and this will be shown on the top of the screen. So well, we'll set the R host to our target IP, and now we need to set our L host. Okay, now we can exploit this machine. Okay, now we have a meter shell with us, and you could type in the help command if you get to get a bit familiar with this. Now if we type in the who am I command, which is a terminal command, it won't work. To make the command work, we will use the shell command to get a terminal shell. Now if we type the shell command again, who am I command again, it will show us which user we are. It is showing us that we are currently the dark user, but we need to get into the NT authority system, and for that we need to background this session and hit Ctrl Z to background the session. So if we search local, there it is. The local exploit suggester is at the number 311. We'll use this one, and now we'll use the show options command to show the options. Here we have sessions. So to check the sessions, we have to use the sessions command. We only have one session, so we would set the session using the set sessions command. And now we will run the post module using the exploit command. So we will have to wait for this thing to complete, and then we would have some exploit suggestion. This one may take some minutes. Okay, the module has completed, and it took about 2 minutes to complete. And look, we have some exploit suggestion, and the one that says Windows bypass UAC event viewer, we need to view that one. So copy the past and run this exploit. Sorry, we will have to not run this exploit directly. Again, we will have to use this one and not run this directly. Again, the show options command, and here we have the L host and the sessions. We check the sessions. We only have one session, so we could set that using the set sessions command. And we also need to change our L host to our tunnel 0 IP address. Again, it would take some second to complete after exploiting. And okay, now we have the meter butter shell with us, and we are in the system32 folder. And if we need to confirm, we would use the whoami command. We are still at using the get priv command. We would get our the current permission. Oh sorry, the get privs command. Okay, we have some permissions. There are a few privileges permissions to look at, and look at that, we also have the take ownership privilege, which is a very crucial thing to notice. Another thing we need to check is the process id which we are running at. We could do this with the get pid command. So the current process id is 1848. To check which process is this, we will run the ps command. Now we are currently at the powershell.exe. It is available only to the dark user, but we want a process that has authority system access and which is in the system32 folder. We could look for some processes, and here we have this spool serve.exe process which satisfies both conditions. We would migrate to this using the migrate command, migrate, and then the id for this is 1256, and migrate 1256. Okay, so the migration is successful. We could confirm with the get pid command, and if we go into the shell and type who am I, we are at authority system. We have escalated our privileges, and we are currently at the highest level privilege. Okay, so another interesting thing is mimicards. Mimicards is the one that allows us to get the credentials of the user directly without giving us the hashes. So we would launch this by the load kiwi command, and we could take a look at all the commands it provides. With the help command, the creds all command will get us all the credentials.
Panda. I got broads in Atlanta, just took the lean in the family. Credit cards and the scammers, hitting the